Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Ball Z. Sadly enough, not. It's actually just Hearts of Iron 4, the Great War mod. Do 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 do. Ooh, what's my notification? You're up to date. Cool, it does actually read that. Have fun with that, Sophia. I didn't even know that you're here, considering I have literally 0 viewers right now. Some things just don't make sense, do they? I'm sure eventually that'll start jumping up a little bit. The women in the factory stopped working for 20 minutes. The Allies would lose the war. It is true that women in the workforce is a good idea. And I mean, if I do eventually go to war, I will be using women in the workforce, yada yada yada, infinite. You know how it goes. And nothing. So, here we are again. The Empire of Japan, or Nippon, as they call it there. I've heard the etymology of the name, it's just kind of weird that they changed it, so... Hello, you other two mysterious viewers! So yeah, it's just a bit more Hearts of Iron. I was considering doing Kingdom Hearts, but, you know, I think what I'm gonna do with Kingdom Hearts is keep it to the weekend so the most people can watch it, and, you know, do this every day that I get the chance. Okay, yes. Let me see, where were we? I just assigned some research. Oh yeah, I was celebrating Tsushima, Atsumami Steakhouse. I don't really need regional industrial integration yet. I will remember about it later on though if I need it. Don't really need any of those. And then what was I missing? I mean, a lot of military factors, but like, yeah, so all of my military's fine, it's just my navy that's getting hurt right now, which, I almost forgot about that. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be pro-Brit. Mostly so I can get foreign expeditionaries, which is pretty nice. Like I see, I've got enough manpower for now. I really don't need to assert myself quite yet. Okay. Definitely pro-British. Actually, let me see what the German one is like. The Germans are much like the Japanese, both in their world position and military might. Beginning a push towards their side will align Japan closer to the Central Powers. Which isn't a terrible idea, but I do want that. Also, to join the Entente. Basically, if I want to go fascist, you have to go the Entente route. Which is kind of sad. Because I do want to be able to form Manchukuo at some point, I think. I don't know, it depends on how long the war goes. If it goes long enough, I think I'll justify it. So the British are technically allied to us, and one of the few European nations to heavily invest in Japan's navy. Siding with them will, if nothing else, ensure we never have to face the fearsome Royal Navy until we are fully prepared. AKA, I'm scared of the British, please help. Ooh, actually I can afford 3 more things. Let me see what just happened. Oh yeah, finally! The Civil War, which is good, I think. I forget, what were my... No, I need that. I see, okay, the 21 demands. So China exists. So is this Qingdao? So I really need the Republic of China to win this, I think. Send volunteers. I don't have enough. World, but I will. I can't lend-lease them either. 25% of their war support, and also they'll get division organization. And they won't accept, though. That's great. What about you? Will you take my stuff? Nope. Good luck with that. The Zhai Revolution, or the Hassanhai Revolution. Sure, what is it, Sophia? Was a revolution that overthrew Chinese last imperial dynasty, the Qin, and established the Republic of China. The revolution was named Zhai because it occurred in 1911, the year of Zenhai. Stem branch in the sexagenary cycle of the Chinese calendar. The revolution consists of many revolts and uprisings. The turning point in the Wuqing uprising on October 10th, 1911 was the result of the mishandling of the railway protection movement. A revolution ended in the abdication of the last emperor Puyi on February 12th, 1912. That marked the end of over 2,000 years of imperial China, the beginning of China's Republican era. This had better not affect the price of tea, I tell you. I tell you what, boy, I tell you what. Yeah, the poor Chinese did get pushed around a lot in the war. I feel bad because there's not really much that I can do yet. Let me see about this. Escort fleet. Ooh, would you look at that? Pacific fleet, less armor, but everything else is raised. Coastal defense, nah. Atlantic fleet. Ooh, that is pretty good as well. I'm going with the cool. I'm going with the Missouri Naval Arsenal. I know, maybe not your favorite choice, but hey. Wuhan is still around. I really hope it doesn't it doesn't end quickly. Seriously, I can't even send an attaché to them yet? Oh crap. They are getting absolutely wankered. Ooh, that's fun. Sophia's getting candy. Okay, that's kind of good, though, that they've taken most of Hunan at this point. Also, they took... How do you guys keep on taking random bits of land? I don't get you. Game, please. Sometimes I really just don't get it. I gotta watch the war, though. Also, surprisingly, only 118 people died, I guess. Yeah, they did lose a lot of bigger cities. But they do have Goldmund, which is not the best. If they can get to Tianshu, that'll be good. Chongqing, Nanjing, and Beijing are all under control of Qing, though, and that is no good. Unless for some reason the Greater Mongolian state popped out, which, cool, I guess. See, if I was really smart, I would have been able to find a way to... Oh, that's annoying. You have to have it. I don't know. China, China, China. What are you doing? Ooh, the Ottomans declared war on Italy. An ultimatum was presented to the Ottoman government. Through Australian intermediation, the Ottomans replied with the proposal of transferring control of Libya without war, maintaining a formal Ottoman suzerainty. Italians refused, and the war is on. The war for a piece of sand. Why, that doesn't make any sense. What? Yep. And everything British. I have no idea how in the mod they're supposed to be able to actually win as the Republic of China. Unless there is really some trick that I just don't know about. Which, in all fairness, that might be the case. I just don't know about the trick. Mountaineers, I guess. Oh, hey, look at that. Wheel in. Thank you, for British. I must do this quickly while it's still going on. Japanese can easily profit off of them. Ha ha ha. Us Japanese imperialists. Also the Chinese, man. I'd love to be able to play as the Republic of China and try to win it. I think that might actually be a fun thing. See you later, Sophia. What? Wow, it just gave me the notification that, hey, you might want to check out your Twitch because you may be streaming. Seriously, what is going on? Oh, that's why. I was paused. Which China needs to win? Because there's Qing China, there's also China China. Sun Wen... I swear, if you lose Sun Wen... God, I think Sun Wen's gonna lose, isn't he? Also, I like how we're, like, only partly fascist, but Emperor Mei is still mostly in control. Also, I could just release China right now, I guess. Oh, is that how the war ends? Is, neither side actually ends up winning, and it's just Republic of China totally loses, but China, or Qing China ends up abdicating the throne, and it just becomes China all throughout it? Maybe. Ooh. On December 14th, 1911, Roland Amundsen and 4 others arrived at the pole, 5 weeks ahead of a British party led by Robert Falcon Scott as a part of the Terra Nova expedition. Osmond and his team returned safely to their base, and later learned that Scott and his 4 companions had died on their return journey. Perhaps we'll establish colonies. Not a bad idea, actually. I like how, if I claim specific, so Gilbert Island and Marcus Island. No one's Gilbert and Marcus. I know. The Gilbert Islands. So the British own the Gilbert Islands. That is the British, right? Yep. Gilbert Islands. Marcus Islands are German island. Or is a German island. What was that other one that I could claim? Caroline Island. So let me see what Caroline is like. C-A-R. There we go. Caroline Islands are what appears to be German islands, which that's fine by me if I take them. Holy crap. China just suddenly exploded. What the heck, China? Qing was doing so good, and then just all of a sudden, you did this. What is this? I see, 2 mediums and a heavy. I think I'm gonna go with Kawasaki Hikoki. Just off the basis that their name kind of sounds cool, I guess. And I still can't do any war propaganda. Yeah, I could always just ban the Democrats out of my country, be like, get out of here, you Democrats. Okay, let me see. Guess right now. I want to pick up stuff if I'm like super far behind on it. Like that the Umikaze. I'm gonna do a high seas fleet and I'm gonna pick up that once I can, but you know how that goes. Okay. Actually, I want to see something. Ooh, what about this? Where is it? Where is it? Huh? Don't show me a way to just shuffle it randomly. Let's see. What happened to the man on the British countryside? Also, for some reason, the Hearts of Iron 3 theme was literally this song. So I need oil, steel, and chromium. I'll pick up some... The Italians won the Italia-Turkish War. Also, I just realized I put way too many. There we go. That's better. Now I should have exactly 15 working at once, which is fine. So, Qing is mostly taken back Manchuria, which works for me. Since in the main game, how it works is... Also, China is a separate third thing, I guess? I don't know. The Pacific Islands are the most logical place for Japan to expand. If we seize larger parts of the Pacific, we can ensure anyone who seeks to attack Japan from the east has a long way to go. Laying down claim to these islands now could pay off at a future peace conference. True that, brother. Since officially in, like, the game, you own all this stuff out here. Also, sadly enough, Papau and Bismarck, you can never claim, despite the fact I think that would be really cool. I don't know. Mobile tank designer, because we can't actually afford anything bigger than a mobile tank. Also, state Shintoism. Since the Meiji Restoration, we have sought to use the worship of Shinto shrines to promote the imperial loyalty and aid in nation building. This has allowed us to build up a country that is ready to sacrifice much in the name of the state. I see, guess I'll learn how to build trenches. This just sounds really familiar. Really, it's Heartsfire 3's main theme. Huh. The more you know. Also, Chongqing is starting to fall, it looks like. I don't know. China being in a civil war just makes it really confusing. So, Republic of China is like pretty weak right now. Let me see. Grand Duke Williams IV of Luxembourg, the second independent ruler of the country and its first Catholic monarch, has died today after 5 years of regency due to poor health and old age. Marie Adelaide has ascended to the throne and is expected to carry on his legacy. And also, in a surprising move, several Balkan countries, including rival states Serbia and Bulgaria, have come together to form the Balkan League, a military alliance stated to have built up against the Austro-Hungarians. Though the alliance's target is the Habsburgs, it seems far more likely that the state dividing these four nations would be their target. The League is formed. I want to see something. How many? Ooh, wow. Now they actually outnumber them. Very intriguing. I mean, China is, quite honestly, just a cluster fudge, like, all the time, so it's not that surprising, but dang, China. Luckily, China is weakening itself a lot for when I inevitably attack. I see anything I need right now? Support equipment, but not much I can do yet about it. Let me see, yeah. Now comes the part where we just wait for things to happen. Can't go up to Moab yet. Also, I like how I have three different entrenchments, 4 different entrenchments. I have a lot of them, like 2 infantries, 4 entrenchment and artillery, several other things as well. Then eventually I can just take... Oh, there we go. We're finally in Hinsing King. So it sounds as though Qing has fled to Manchuria, much like in real life, I guess. I like how you do this. Do. I wonder, did it? Okay. Interesting. So I have claimed the islands now. Can't really do any of this. So I think I'm going to just start down this path, I guess. Our entire nation, not only our soldiers, need to be spiritually prepared for war. To this end, nationalists have been brought together in the National Spiritual Mobilization Movement to boost patriotism and gain support for the government. Which just gives me some critical population. Not terrible. Seriously, Qing China is still around. The RMS Titanic, thought to be unsinkable, has met its end in one of the largest maritime disasters in history, with over 1,500 dead. Already, debates cropping up from local coffee shops all the way to the parliaments throughout Europe and North America as to why the ship was not properly equipped with life rafts, why the comm system was disabled, and why exactly the ship crashed into an iceberg to begin with. This tragedy attracted international attention and spurred a massive overhaul in maritime safety standards. Women and children first, please. Do I have a bunch of Romanian support equipment? I think I have Romanian support equipment. Yeah, let's look at this again. Why does it say my support equipment is from Romania? The Olympic Games in Stockholm has opened. New events that will be included this year include art competitions, the decathlon, and even some of the first physical events for women. Will we attend the ceremonies? We will attend. I don't see why not. Oh, there we go. They took back Tian Shui. Okay, I've got that now. What about some war medicine? Bullets are not the only deadly force in combat. The grim taxman of death is well known to take his due toll on soldiers, especially the stagnant trenches, ensuring mass production of vitamins, antibiotics, and other chemical cures, and of course, making sure that they all work as intended, will lead to far less easily preventable casualties for our troops. Now the recovery rate is much faster. So it looks as though Qing has started to make its rise back. I get it kind of looks like that, but at the same time, it is China, so who knows what's gonna happen. Wonder if this is just a bad time to stream at. I don't know. Currently, Philo is the only other person online, and he's literally doing a not stream. Ooh, free dockyard. What is it? Ah, there we go. I'm boosting up all of my ships, but not actually my convoys are pretty good at this point. I feel like if they changed the production output for these or something. I don't know, it just feels as though there's a lot less stuff being made at this point. Kansai! I see a... I'm going to be Kigoshi Yatusuna for that extra defense. Something I doubt I'll actually need too much of, but it is always nice. Nope, Sophia. This isn't the part of the game where we start attacking people. This is the part of the game where we keep on building up forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Because that is how this game works. You just gotta build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. And then, much like mail, you just suddenly release yourself onto the carpet. Also, Tibet managed to break away as well. Got to mention that. Ooh, Serbia kicked off the Great Ottoman Wars, which means that, yeah, the Balkan Leagues declared on the Ottomans, taking advantage of the weakness of the Ottoman Empire following the Italo-Turkish Wars. The members of the Balkan League declared war against the Ottoman Empire. Will the Ottoman Empire survive the attack? Dun dun. So really, all three of these guys are pretty interesting. He is super fun to play as. He's pretty good too. He's fun. He controls over a lot. You can actually do a lot as Germany. I see. France is kind of the catalyst of everything. I forget what your focus tree's like. Oh. I see. Benelux focus. Just conquer Benelux and then unite Benelux, I guess. Okay. You could demand it, what? I really have no idea what the Belgian... I think I'm gonna do the Belgians next, maybe, just because it sounds absolutely insane. So, indoctrination. Just indoctrination. I get 5 stability and 150 political power, which... not bad. 150 PP is never bad. Seriously, though. Is there just an event trigger, though, that changes Qing over, maybe? That might be it. I see. Who would I pick? I'm gonna do naval maneuver, just because... It's weird that you see naval maneuver. I mean, eventually I think I do get this port. And I think China gets Weihei. However you're supposed to pronounce it. Isn't that a thing in your focus tree, I feel like, where you have to give it back? Yeah, East Asia, Singapore, Hong Kong, yeah. That's just for those guys, though. I guess not, as far as I'm looking here, but... And I could always just pressure the Nords. And befriend Romania, which is nice. Ooh, Qing China took over the Republic of China. Which... Wait, what? The civil war in China has ended. The Qing dynasty has fallen, and the new republic proclaimed in its place. Though the government was initially viewed with skepticism, the great powers have been guaranteed continuing trade in China, and the leases on the various ports of the coastline have been renewed. The transition to the republic, therefore, is expected to be safe. Thank God the tea is safe. Thank you, God. Seriously, Qing China, how the frick did you win? Wait, what? Are you telling me that I just suddenly... What? Oh, where's Shandong at? Okay. That's La Tiang. Oh, I just could take a Shandong. I get... What? What? I could just claim Manchuria? What? Help? Emperor Mei is dead. Oh no, now it's Emperor Taisho. Emperor Mei, suffering from diabetes, nephritis, let's see, nephritis and gastroenteritis, died of uremia, although the official statement said he died at 42 on July 30th. His actual death was 2240 on July 29th. After the emperor's death in 1912, the Japanese Diet passed a resolution to commemorate his role in the Meiji Restoration. An iris garden in an area of Tokyo, where Emperor Mei and the Empress has been known to visit, was chosen as the building's location for the Shinto shrine Mei Jinju. Although the shrine does not contain the emperor's grave, which is located at the Fuji Momaya, south of Kyoto. Glory to the Emperor! I really have no idea what the... I really have no idea how China... How? I don't know. A Chinese puppet is very useful, though. And I could always do this and just force Siam into a friendship. Do. I also like how he's like, it would be damn near stupid of us to do that. Or to not do that. Hi, Rama the Fourth, which I believe just has a generic focus tree. Yeah, generic. Yeah, Belgium looks interesting, to say the least. See ya, Sophia. This is so weird. I could also just go down nationalism route and get fascism. Not be boring. Ooh, what can I do? I don't need improved working conditions anymore, please. My work is just fine as it is. But I do like how it just offers to give you the entirety of Shandong. It's like... You know I'm needing that, dude. Decryption. Until modern times, cryptography referred almost exclusively to encryption, which was the process of converting ordinary information into unintelligible text. What is it now? Who knows? So I'm taking Kato Tomasaburo, just because, why not? Eh? The US of A? What's your focus tree like? So you don't really have anything in specific against me, it looks like. However, you could invade Siberia, which would be interesting. Da-da-dum, da-dum. The 21 demands. Though the West may condemn us, or denounce us for it, China as a puppet state is a deal far too good to pass up. With their manpower and resources and our cunning and might, we would be an unstoppable force! Of course, if they reject our demands, we may have to either revise or prepare for a war, which would most certainly unify the dissenting powers. Done. Ah, yes. Definitely the all-weather guy. What's his name? Inyu Ikutaro. You are definitely speaking a good boy. I like how it says that about, oh yes, you know, the Chinese don't exist. Qing doesn't exist anymore, yeah. But literally Qing still exists. I don't get you, game. I really don't. But also, they for some reason control over Tanutuva. Don't ask me. I forget. Have you taken that yet? You still haven't done that yet, have you? Do 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 do. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you haven't done the Mongolian Protectorate either. Then you reinforce. Then you could occupy Manchuria. Then do that, which... I think they're going to do allies by convenience, just because of historical stuff. But it would be rather funny if they didn't. Just, like... Screw you guys. You know what, while this is going on, I can watch over here and see what's going on over this part of the world. Do-do-do-do. Perfect, I have a high seas fleet, which also means that I can come and do this. Decryption as well. Decryption is the reverse. In other words, moving from unintelligible ciphertext back to plain text. Which, by the way, we should mention is readable. Something that for whatever reason, forgot to mention. Okay, so the Rush... That's good to know. Though the machine gun is a fearsome weapon in today's war, the rifleman is still more common, more easily equipped, they're trained and equipped, and far more mobile than a man on a Maxim. Focusing on these core troops give us a positioning and a speed advantage in combat, and of course, ensure that most of our common kind foot soldiers is the best. As compared to the heavy machine gun, mostly Maxims, we have in use are, despite their primacy, operated inefficiently. Any machine gun needs 3 people: a gunner, a loader to keep the ammunition flowing, and a spotter to call the targets, support the weapon with a rifle or pistol fire, and direct the machine gun fire. Target or training support gunners in all 3 roles can ensure great supply of trained crews and ensure anyone knocked out in battle can be replaced. Is that just... Oh, I do love static positions as well. However, since I am going down the rifleman primacy it is. Wow, the Ottomans are actually holding out quite a bit longer than I expected them to. I just figured they would instantly collapse, like, as soon as the first... Shandong, yeah. There's that whole province, which is... If they give this up, I will be mortified how weak they were. Ooh, look at this. So, though China will be in no position to resist Japan, the rest of the European powers, as well as the United States, are unified in threatening us with an embargo in case of going too far with China. If we simply demand inheritance to the German economic sphere, we can expand our influence without damaging our position. And then I would take Wending, which I'd take anyways down here. China's in a position to give a little, but it would be better for both of us to walk out saving face. If we seek the route of mutual appeasement, we will continue our influence growth in China without necessarily putting ourselves in any sort of diplomatic danger. In the South Manchurian Railroad Zone. We have control of South Manchurian Railroad since 1905. However, with China too wrapped up in the Civil War to resist, we can easily expand what precisely what it means to control the railways and what is Southern Manchuria until we have nearly full control of the region. And due to the war, it's unlikely they will ever resist. Now I just have to pressure China. Holy crap, they literally gave me that. That's... Seriously? Originally, like, nobody in China ever thought, hey, you know, maybe we should, like, not give out one of our most useful provinces? But instead we're like, I'm sure the kids would like their toys. China. You fool. I don't know if it's just the mod or if this was like it in base game, but I've noticed you just don't get much for your military factories as far as support equipment goes. $1912. See, because it's not 1914 yet, so I don't want to jump the gun too far. You know what, I'm going to finish off the scientific research first. Vest pocket. Cameras are foldable cameras designed for use by both the troops for reconnaissance purposes, popularized by the Eastman Kodak Company. Their use of smaller 127 film reels make them portable enough for anyone to carry and use, and they should be a boon to our ability to report on enemy actions and movements accurately in combat. I could just release China and be like, there you go. I almost forgot that Taiwan does actually exist. I see, I don't know what I wanna... I don't know who I want to... Because I could just get myself insane. I could just get myself insane entrenchment, be all like, super speed me. I'm gonna go with Oshima Kenichi. Okay, let me see. Yep, that's pretty simple stuff right now. Sadly, I'm not in a war yet, though, that can actually give me anything. Aktung Panzer. Oh, is this what I think it is? No. I don't see the one that I was looking for, sadly. Oh yes, 2 more horsey boys. You go over there with them. Also, I just realized none of my things are assigned to the right spaces. Since you are an infantry, you can go there. Since you are a cavalry, you can go there. And since you are modern art, you can stay here. Unless you got this. Yep, you are a extra infantari. What is my... Oh, cool. I can invest back in 1 more into a bit more oil. Hey, the Netherlands. Thank you. Now we've pressured China. Not sure what that will do for me, but I did force them to get pressured, son. Now I guess I'm gonna have to assert my position in the Pacific. While the Pacific is rightfully ordained Japanese territory, there are technically enough islands to share with our so-called friends for now. Japan's first focus will be on the islands of our regional rivals, which we must expand into at any cost. Dun dun. Yeah. Oh, those crazy Russians. Wait, why are they suddenly producing out a bunch of... What? Wait, so I end up with 5? Huh? Sure, you can go there, but then I need to get out. If it's 5, that means I need... What would that be? 19 more, so... Say I do 4 like a normal, so... 16 and an additional 3. Yeah, that's fine. I can't believe China just totally gave in. But I wonder what this land is actually like. Nah. What's my factory there? A civilian factory, that's all. Not the best land, but this land is my land. I really need to ask Britain for way back. Way highway. I guess. Then the Siberian is going to be fun once that happens. Okay, cool. That's actually a really nice one once you get reinforced concrete. Honestly, this whole focus tree is kind of cool. They did actually do a lot of fun stuff. With, like... it's kind of the stuff they tried to pull off is honestly pretty nice. Submarine organization next, I guess. The mod developers of this one really did a good job with it. Maybe it wasn't the most technically advanced or impressive thing ever. But, hey. What it did very well. Okay. If I cut off my training of those guys really quick... yeah, that's good. I don't have any puppets, and I don't have any, like, allies, so... and that is a slight issue. One thing I never expected to have as an issue, though, is going so boring at times. With China. After being disenfranchised for years, women have begun to take to the streets of Washington, D.C. and London, demanding their rights to vote. The American president, in particular, perhaps on the suggestion of his wife, has already signed their voting rights into law. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom does not seem long behind. What next? Yes, finally, Russia did something. Thank you. Ooh, Woodrow Wilson ran on the platform of New Freedom, which denounced what Wilson perceived as both Theodore Roosevelt's more paternalistic and collectivist new nationalism, as well as William Howard Taft's conservatism. A bubonic Democrat, Wilson promised to lower tariffs, free trade and trust busting in his speeches, though the progressivism movement would encourage him to enact a more moderate form of Roosevelt's proposals through the creation of a Federal Reserve and support of the income tax. While some of these policies would or might be costly in the short term, in the long term they would both help keep consumers. Hey, I wasn't done reading that. Whatever. It's not like if we didn't all know what it was gonna say. So I guess air superior. A reciprocating engine is a heat engine, usually, although there are some pneumatic and hydraulic reciprocating engines that use one or more reciprocating pistons to convert pressure into a rotation system. Finally, I have out some of my artistic boys. Shoe. Do 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 do. I want to not focus too much on one thing in specific. Let me see. What about... Fleet logistics sounds good to me. I guess the Japanese art will go here. I guess also I should probably change these guys' color to be a nice... These guys' color to be a nice, menacing black. To show their power. Support Filipino separatists. The Yankees are no friend to us. It seems unlikely to play any real part in the war effort. If we help to arm and organize the Filipino rebels, the Filipino government may be able to throw off the American shackles, one that answers to Japan first and foremost, helping our presence in the region, though this may hurt our relations with the United States. Which is actually true, though. Japan did just kind of say, yo, get out of here, America. Then the Philippines popped out into existence. But I do kind of appreciate that the mod developers did at least realize that. Also, Paraguay is so tiny. Look at it. Look at that little baby. So look how big Bolivar looks right now. That is thick var. Peru claims that bit. Interesting. Yeah. I am glad that they did kind of shrink down over here a little bit just to help it run fast. Especially in this part of the world, they did actually cut out a lot. Just to make sure that it ran a little bit faster. You know, something that kind of needed to happen, but eh. It's alright, I guess. Do 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 do. Oh, there we go. Can assign my flight guy. Do I seriously only have one close air support guy and that's it? I think I'm gonna do naval strike. Just because it is very useful to have a strong navy as Japan. And look at my navy. 132 ships big. 15 submarines. Wow, 19 battleships and 2 battle cruisers. How's that not bad? Wait, why do you suddenly not have... Oh, of course. I know why. I know what happened. You, and then... You. Yep. Yep. I see. Then I guess the very last thing that I have to do in these 2 tabs are... Right? Okay, yeah, good. So is continuous track. Continuous track is a system of vehicle propulsion in which a continuous band of threads, or track plates, is driven by 2 or more wheels, plus 2 breakthrough. Which I am down for. Of course, I don't have any tanks yet, but when I get them, I guarantee you they will be useful. Okay. Yes, let's see this. I'm gonna be cutting back on terms of guns. I really need to bump up my support equipment production. I have no idea why it's so bad. Like, it normally isn't this bad, I feel like. Yeah, see, it usually only costs... One factory has it 30 per day. Then what's up with it? Why is it so slow right now? really have no idea. Because it's literally got... How many is that? Oh, it's at half, so... That should still be 2 a day, at least. Like, per factory, I would think.
Check out what I got for $3 at Savers yesterday.
Ooh, Chip got a 360 controller.
They had 2 more, a white one and another black one. But this was the one that was in best shape.
Okay, this is the kind that you just put in your own batteries, not rechargeable.
Yeah.
Ooh, support the Filipino separatists.
For like $3, not a bad price. Also, I got one of those cables that hooks to the GameCube and then lets you plug a GBA into it. For $2.
I will give you $2.
I need it.
I am the one who needs it. I've been looking for one forever.
Yeah, but I need it.
For what? What could you possibly ever use it for?
Loads of games use it.
Yeah, none of them that you own.
Yes, what does Sonic Adventures do? Plus, when I get the Game Boy player, I'm going to use it for the Game Boy to
Also, Game Boy Player doesn't allow for Game Boy's controller.
Yeah, it does.
Nope. Nope. Siam is the only other independent, stable power in East or Southeast Asia. They seem to be a natural ally, and they would be damn foolish of us not to try and make friends with them. You know, is there something else that's going on? Like, does this just slow down production? Seriously, is there something in here that slows down production? I really don't know what would be slowing it down so much. I really should be putting any more effort into figuring out that that's just gonna mess me up over time. Let me see. Field hospitals. Casualty doesn't necessarily mean a dead soldier. Having immediate medical attention available for our wounded brought back to the rear is the first step towards ensuring this. Which is true.
Yeah, see?
Wouldn't even match your GameCube chip. It's the purple cable.
It's the only one that they made.
Ooh.
But you can borrow it sometimes if you like.
Porfirio Diaz fled to Spain. Porfirio Diaz is no longer the president of Mexico. Diaz fell from power after he imprisoned Francisco I. Madero, his electoral rival, declared himself the winner of the 8th term of office. He has been deposed by the Mexican Revolution. Adios, amigos. Ooh, a military coup took place in Mexico City, led by General Victoria Huerta, the military commander of the city. Madero was arrested, and a short time afterwards, along with Vice President Jose Maria Pinto Suarez. Adios, el español de la revolución. Ah, there we go. It's that crazy son of a bitch. You might as well just allow for regional. I haven't learned of that yet. Ooh, let me see. Mobile position. When the enemy's trenches have finally been emptied and overrun, it is imperative that we be able to exploit our advantage. Several of our attacks fail simply because the time we get to the enemy trenches, they've already assembled a much larger counterattack and expel our attacking forces before the support moves up. By ensuring that our men are prepared to move up the line quickly, we can ensure we get what ground we keep what ground we get. Which, yeah, this is good and all. Trenches alone are nice, but a more complex system is better. Making lines of trenches backed with bunker complexes for officers, supply depots spread out along the lines, and common signal stations will make our lines a nightmare to cross. Great for Europe, not very good here. So, if it's anything like the last game that I was playing, all of a sudden, the Ottomans are going to win their war down here, which is, I think, might actually happen somehow. What the heck, Ottomans? Are you just on steroids lately? 50 to 7. Henry Ford's ambition to... something amazing happened at a factory at Pequot Avenue. Henry Ford's ambitious desire to make an automobile affordable for any consumer has inspired the assembly line production scheme. Though the assembly line has been in use since far back as the Roman times, Henry Ford's clever use of moving conveyor belts, specialized machines, and more specifically skilled workers is close to making his dream a reality. I hope they have one in black. Which, if you don't know, is a reference to the Model T of yore, where it was actually available in any color, as long as that color was black. And it's not just a racism joke. It may have been a racism joke, but it's not just a racism joke, I should say. There was other, like, legitimate ideas and concerns based around it. Sadly enough, by annexing Korea, everything over here kind of went to poop, but hey, what you gonna do? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So it looks like a 4 is the next number that we're going for, which is alright. Everything's right. Just building up a navy over here. So my idea is to have kind of... Wow, still nobody. Shame. I thought this was kind of an exciting episode. Also, who's... oh. Okay, the Mexican opposition declared war on Mexico, which I know. What? Oh, it's Madero versus Victoria Huera. Because of course Mexico can't just stay still for like 5 minutes. Similar to real life, it just tends to explode into civil war after civil war. Ooh. 1913, which might as well pick up field artillery and then like the upgrade and the upgrade to the other one as well. Oh my. So, yeah, this is kind of the, I should say, the normalized part, where everything is pretty stable. It's actually pretty close to the war's breaking out, so I'm pretty happy about that. I see. Warrior traditions. Gang-based stability. Ooh. Warrior traditions, which gains me stability and vision recovery rate. Throughout history, Japan has retained a unique set of traditions among the warrior class. These values must be revitalized and treasured by every soldier, regardless of rank. True that, brother. Otherwise, my name isn't... Chinese. It's kind of weird that the Japanese imperial line is like the reverse, I guess. way of Europe where it's not at all dependent on... I don't know. Also, I could realistically pump it back down a little bit now. Which is weird because you're usually always trying to raise your manpower in the field, but I really don't think I need to worry too much. Ooh, I just heard a noise. Let me see. Oh, I just wanted to tell me about that. That's fine. Wonder where that was for this time. Ooh, I'm actually really close to having all my stuff pumped out fast. Let me see, what's my production like right now? So I guess the next thing I'm in need of is oil. How surprising. Ooh, Venezuela. That's gonna be a fun one to trade with. Because I don't want to strengthen America too much, just because, well, who wants to strengthen America? Ew. You know, I don't think I'm actually going to war with China anytime soon, so instead I'm just going to have you guys spread out throughout the mainland. But if this is what I think is going on, yeah, I'm actually getting quite a lot of my units out. Ooh, the first flight across the Mediterranean Sea. Locals of Buretsi, Tunisia noticed a strange flying object, which was revealed to be Roland Garros, a French professional pilot in his Morin Solar monoplane. This journey marks the first crossing of the Mediterranean Sea by air, an astounding landmark for the young science of aviation. Local sailors were apparently not impressed. So what? It's just a fad. God, I sound like just so stilly. So what? It's just a fad, man. Not real. So I know that, like, a lot of people are really into the whole 420 scene. Just never could get into it. And by that, I mean, like, no joke, it's actually, like, kind of destroyed me. Like, honestly speaking, I've met people, and at times, it's just, I go from, you know, kind of being vaguely interested in, not necessarily in a romantic sense, usually not, but more so just vaguely interested in the person to, generally speaking, a distaste for them, if that makes any sense. Where I often find myself desiring less and less to do with them as I discover their more alcoholic tendencies. I see. Since you have a company of artillery in here already, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reassign him as a... So, you know, I guess 11 is fine, but I will definitely be replacing that with a recon company, hopefully freeing up a bit more of that. I see. Ooh, prepare for war. The tension in Europe has reached a boiling point, to Japan's advantage. No matter who we face, we first and foremost must be ready to fight. Sir, yes, sir. Start that. Thank you. Let me see. The Glory Days, on the other hand, will be adding in a bit of support artillery and a bit more infantry equipment. For sure, sure, sure. Also, I would like to be able to take colony bringers. I'm going to be duplicating him, calling you the country roads boys. Country roads, take me home to a place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Then for the icon for the country roads boys, we'll be showing a I don't know, what's the most appropriate? I guess they're going to be an explosion. Because when they march onto the field, they explode with personality and power. That seems right. Of course, they are the only people being produced in Tokyo. Okay, let me see. See, I don't want to interfere with the pre-designed ones too much, just because, as I said, it very rarely does to interfere with the game. You know, oftentimes, especially the modders, do tend to know what they're doing. At least a little bit. You know. Okay. So, where should I build on up? Actually, first off, I want to check out something. Everybody has 3 civilian, 2 of everything else, right? Yep, good. All 3 of those places do. Also, I see what's up here. Okay, that's a 2. And I think I already figured out that 4 is the new one that I'm working on. Yep. So this means Kanto, which is funny because it is my capital, but I hadn't actually worked on anything at it yet. Which I guess is vaguely interesting, I guess. Okay, ports. Which definitely right there. I'm actually trying to see, is there anything... Oh, Tokyo doesn't actually have a port at it. Interesting. Then the ones up here in Tokoku. And down here in Shikoku. Then add on trenches everywhere. Definitely in a World War I scenario, trenches, you would expect that they would just give you the ability to build trenches everywhere. Strangely enough, they actually did. But they did allow you to build level 10 sea forts, despite the fact that you can't even build regular forts yet. Level 0 for real forts, but level 10 for the fake fort. This game, man, this game. Okay. No, I'm gonna first off build on up this area, specifically for that resource increase. 3 civilian factors, 2 military, and 2 those. Level 1 airport, which actually, come to think of it, must increase everybody else's airport. Thank you. Then ports. Do you not have any cities on the... Yes, you do. Right there. So you get a port, and all of these other ports get upgraded. I have no idea why, but they really did just make this game super catchy. Like, I get it's a World War II scenario, but dang. I think I would have joined up for the army if World War II sounded this good. Like, if you just always heard this song playing in the background while you were fighting, I bet it would have made it for a lot more interesting of a war. At least a lot more of the soldiers would have been fully dedicated. Because if I was listening to this, shooting down some enemy aircraft or whatever else that the world throws at me, I'd feel pretty happy. Dun dun. Bow, 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 wow. Okay, Tokai. You have Shinzo and Nagoi. I have no idea why you aren't ported up there, though. I know it just seems kind of excessive to build on up extra ports everywhere, but especially for later on, I just like having as many ports as I possibly can have. And much like in real life, nobody wants anything to do with the coast of Japan. Or, I mean, nobody wants anything to do with the inland of Japan. It's mostly the coast. Which I hear is an actual problem in Japan, where just so many people live on the coast that they actually physically have to ship people in, like on actual boats, just to get them inland a little bit. It's just hilarious. Because the idea of bringing people into a city just seems so counterintuitive to a person who lives either here in the States or in Europe or wherever. I'm sure it makes sense to the people living there, but to a Westerner, it really is just a funny idea. Yeah, all of my little self-built ports are actually starting to grow quite a bit, which is exciting. Also, there's a lot of trenches around the city. I'm just gonna call that my moat system. Yep, bring back the moat. But the real reason why I'm building up in the cities especially is because cities do actually supply enemy troops. So if you can capture a city, you can be supplied. And I really would rather keep my enemies not supplied. Dun 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 Oh, more of the artful people. Wow, I can actually pull that off. Yeah. I'm sure the country roads boys aren't going to be too happy. But I also just realized I'm really boosting up mainland, which is going to be great. Since in the... I don't want to say inevitable, because it is totally inevitable, but at the same time, it is highly likely that war will break out between me and China. That is just, sadly, the reality of the situation is more often than not, you'll see a war break out between people and China. So 10, 2 and 2, I think. Okay, that's where I can boost on up. Another one for the cavalry, And then for the samurai, I actually want you guys to be at a... like that, since you're defending the homeland. Field artillery, which means I can do that later. I see. I guess... Marines. Troops specializing in amphibious warfare are growing ever more dispensable. Improvised methods and equipments are becoming a thing of the past as our naval infantry is supported by specialized landing craft and training. Yay, training. Then our mountain boys. And then, of course, the thing that I just find absolutely insane about the Japanese military of the era was it wasn't that crazy to think that Japan was just basically never going to cease growing. I mean, yes, there is certainly some level of, well, I guess you could say you didn't need to worry about it quite as much as, say, if it were in a different war, but there still was a lot of need for certain bits of how to say it. So basically speaking, also, why is Jin... Hey, you aren't supporting there yet. 30, you've got 32, so why aren't you defending? What am I having you defend right now? So he's not garrisoning the victory points, that's for sure. But otherwise, yeah, I guess you can keep on doing what you're doing. Just would have rather had him doing something else. But as I said, I guess it's fine how it is. Also, I see. There we go. The Hokkaido. Actually, I see. Okay, good. I still do only. Because I want to have at least a full stack, but at the same time, I also want to be able to have... Ooh, wow, look at that. My field artillery is actually starting to develop a surplus, which means that now I can probably go in and boost Japanese art to have... Wait, why am I boosting... Cavalry charge to have a support artillery. Doop. Other. There's other. Toot. No, that's not. That. No, those are from... Okay, let's see. There we go. I'm finally prepared for war, I guess. And I guess the last thing I can do is Fortress Japan. Japan is an island nation which carries benefits and risks. The most dire risk is being anyone who lands too close to the capital could simply oust our government. And our low landmass means that very few divisions may secure a giant portion of our territory quickly. We must be unassailable, or it will not survive. Sure. Which I guess is true to quite a large extent. Dun, dun, bow, wow. Dun, dun, ba-da-da-dum, 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 dun, dun, da-da-da-dum. Dun, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. dun 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 bum 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 dun dun ba da da dun da 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 dun da 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 na na. Japan is a really tiny nation when you think about it. Calling it. It's honestly a surprise that they managed to stay independent for as long as they have, given just how small they are. Still, nobody else has joined in on the fun. Shame. Dun dun. Yeah, so, I see. What can I talk about? I don't know. So, it's already almost Halloween. Can you guys believe it? Honestly, I am surprised that we've made it this long without some kind of a terrible thermonuclear war breaking out. Haha. But on a more serious note, though, it is kind of impressive how... Ooh, look at that. Field guns and support equipment are both growing. I love it. So once I have these production lines finished, I think I'm actually going to not be growing my army much more after that. I'm gonna build on up a surplus of equipment and improve the ones that I already have instead. Which, you know, hopefully works out for my favor. Since I know it can work out, but it can also go miserably. So I guess that's ultimately where it comes down to, is just... Oh. Okay then. Marines, let's see what you can do. I know specifically. Also, I like how they give you literally helmets. And the re-equipped infantry are really powerful, actually, in comparison to the old style. And yes, that's an anti-tank rocket. Imagine how much easier life would have been for a lot of the soldiers during World War I if they were just given anti-tank rifles. Just boop. There we go. Early support equipment 2, which is probably given one of the worst descriptions in the game. Not surprising, given the fact that it is early support equipment 2. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. However, sometimes the best offense is an enemy's mistake punished. By trying to bait the enemies into attacking, just slaughter them, and responding with an attack in kind, we can easily ensure a successful offensive in battle. Division speed and army breakthrough. Yep, I see. So I think once Fortress Japan kicks... Holy crap. They literally are losing. Seriously, Bulgaria? Or seriously, Ottomans? That's kind of impressive. I really want to do this now. I really want to play a game as the Ottomans to see if I can do that. In less time, too. So, I think... in interest of seeing all the stuff, Reorganize the Imperial Japanese Army. Alright, Danny. Alright, Danny. I'll reorganize, boy. Bulgaria capitulated to the Ottoman Empire. The heck is this? That really shouldn't be happening. So why are there so many cold experts? Unless if these are all leftovers from the Russo-Japanese. You know, that might actually make sense if everybody here was just left over from the Russo-Japanese War, and that's why they're all kind of eh. Actually, that would work out really well. So, you can go into there. Mexico finally won from the looks of it, which is interesting. Every time I look over here at the Ottomans, just craziest stuff is happening. I really just have such a hard time believing that it's real. So lovely. I don't know. There's something perfect about this. Look at how big the Ottomans are. They're such thick boys. I love the Ottomans being thick boys. Yep, definitely equip our infantry units with gas masks, because I know gonna sound a bit weird, but quite necessary. Ooh, who did I get this time around? Some of these boys, which is fine by me. What are you missing this time? Oh, field guns, of course. Oh, that's fine. They're being pumped out slowly but surely. Also, I just realized I have Marine divisions? I'm going to be leaving that there, but as soon as I get the chance, I would like to build on up some Marine divisions. Just because I think it would be fun. I don't know, having a lot of different division types just sounds like fun. Also, is Periscope still a thing? I didn't even know that was still a thing. Huh. Somebody sent me a video on Periscope, of all things. Like, seriously, who's used Periscope in the last, like, 5 years? I honestly can't remember when that was big last. I'm sure it wasn't, like, yesterday, though. That much I remember. Ooh, Lacey. Yay. More of those. Out of context, brutal nurse. So, do any of you watch Brutal Moose like all the time? I know that I try to tune in whenever I get the chance. He's a funny guy, no? He's also very skilled. Yeah, see, I love that. There's actual, like, special stuff just for the Navy because we crushed them. I love it. Form Imperial Japanese Air Service. +2 air bases in Kanto. Not a bad idea. Do do do. Do 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 do. What is this song? It just sounds so, like, innocent. The Ballad of War. That just sounds like so... I don't know. Like, teasy, like... Hee hee hee. Look at me. I'm so innocent. Maybe it is a lot more serious. I don't know. It just sounds very much so like if somebody's teasing them with it. Which, as far as I could tell, it might be a tease. Because it definitely does just sound like a tease. Okay, seriously, look at all these men that I have that will probably not see service for years, just because of how long it takes for them out there to... Just because of how long it's taking for World War I to kick off. I mean, I know it's still... I mean, technically speaking, Serbia doesn't even exist yet, so... Or, rather, I should say, technically speaking, Serbia hasn't fallen yet, so... It wouldn't be that reasonable to assume that Serbia would just be down for the count. Still, though, it would be nice to see some action at some point, since a lot of the war does actually, or a lot of this game does heavily rely on that war kicking off. Then everything else just falls into place. Also, personnel and crew served weapons for infantry, as well as various other bits of kit that a soldier needs. Improved weapon models and more specialized equipment. Cool. I'm down for some more specialized equipment. Don't know about you, but I'm pretty much always down for a bit. Who is this? What? Man, the people that I keep on getting sent, I just don't even know. Like, literally, I don't know this person, but I keep on getting sent them. And while I wouldn't mind that too much, there's certainly some level of use to it. Like, you know, to actually knowing what the person is that you're getting sent the video of. Ooh, the Allies are doing well, apparently. Also, China still exists somehow. Again, I don't claim to understand how. I just know that it does exist. Do 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 do. Boom. Do 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 do. Yep. I need to... Oh, another guy. Didn't even notice. This one's... Serbia has capitulated. Holy crap. The Balkan League. Oh gosh. Are you serious right now? Are the Balkan League literally... What? Bulgaria, Serbia, Greece, and Montenegro were all annexed? What? But if that's the case, then Oh. All that means is that we're gonna have a very tough... All that means is we're gonna have very strong central powers right now. Oh no. Luckily they haven't fought Hajia rebels yet, but oh no. That is kind of scary. Also, the Russo-Japanese War legacy. In 1904, Japan honorably defended its home island from Russia in aggression and defeated their empire in one of the greatest upsets in the history of warfare. If we continue to expand and develop our navy, there's no doubt we will achieve dominance in the Pacific. Plus 3 dockyards. That's a lot of dockyards. Yeah. I'm actually pretty close to being totally out of units to train up, which is kind of nice. Not gonna lie. The idea that I'm almost there. Then I can just start training up my men. Be super good. Yeah, I'm gonna need that many of them. I know I don't have any planes out right now, but to be fair, planes are pretty easy. Also, airports actually get done really fast. Ooh, the opening of the Panama Canal. After years of construction, the Panama Canal has opened today, establishing a more direct connection between the Atlantic and Pacific, which will no doubt be a boon to trade in the region, as well as make the area an important strategic location. American engineers stunned the world with this amazing feat, with the exception, of course, of the British and Germans, who both insist that their canals are better. Great! What German canal are they talking about? Germany, where's your secret canal at? Now there literally is just a little bit more to go before my queue is entirely empty. Won't that be nice? Also, there is a long way to go with my defenses. And since I'm not actively in a combat zone, I'm rather just sending in men into the combat zone. I'm pretty safe over here. Breaking news, guys. Mario is good. You know, and speaking of Mario is good, I've been meaning to play a Mario game at some point. I just don't know which Mario game I would want to play at this point. So, there we go. You as well. Replacing horse-drawn ambulance carts with motorized carts. Our vehicles will allow us to evacuate troops from the battle much more quickly and will help us save lives when the time is of the essence. Improved horsepower vehicles will also allow for a smoother ride, an ambulance to carry more supplies more effectively, which will further increase our returns on casualties. Recovery rate plus 0.5. Plus 0.05. Sorry. Wow, that's really a little bit. Like, that is just barely anything at all. That is kind of sad. I see. Improved infantry divisions can get... Again, nothing until... And also I'm still working on that, which is good. Ooh, didn't I actually get a... Air Doctrine? In the earliest days of air warfare, almost every encounter with an enemy plane will be a simple one-on-one fight. However, as more and more of these flying machines join the battle, there will be great advantage to be had in coherent groups of planes. Adopting air squadrons for our fighters will ensure that any airborne enemies will have no less than 2 or 3 pilots tracking them at any given time. Increasing. Also, I find it interesting that it gives me agility? Like, what? I don't know. I do tend to find it is just much easier if you don't question things. Also, I should only have I should only have 2 more of you in production right now, not 4. What can I give you? I'd much rather be able to do Improv Expert. What about you? Fortress Buster. Yep, Fortress Buster. Mostly because it actually adds in for what's that called? It'll actually increase your effectiveness on trenches too, since the way that the game handles trenches is it counts it as a fort. No, not you yet. No, no. Alright. I guess the Empire of Japan sits another day. Still waiting to burst onto the scene of Europe. Because as soon as I can, basically as soon as that happens, then a bunch of stuff in Russia will occur. Because Civil War... Ooh, Carol the First of Romagna has died. The long rule of Karl the First of Romagna helped the quick development of the Romanian state. During his reign, Carol the First personally led Romanian troops during the Russo-Turkish Wars and assumed command of the Russo-Romanian army during the siege of Plevena. The country achieved international recognition, or recognized independence via the Treaty of Berlin, 1878. Ferdinand is the new king. I don't believe that gave me access to anything over here, right? Nope. So I guess I'm just gonna keep on going down until reinforce the Imperial Navy. Naval gun, too. Gonna have some good guns, I guess. Here in the Japanese Empire, we pride ourselves on having good naval weapons, I guess. Which, I mean, it is true that Japan was always very good at naval weapons. Like, in comparison to the others who were less than successful at times. They were always the, I should say, the premier of naval weapons in Asia. Oh, who is that viewer? I don't know. Anyways, it appears as though World War II won't be launching off today. And I will actually be seeing you all next time as I take over Stream of an Old Man. Bye-bye.